Hello. So today we're going to be taking a look at a student film that I worked on while I was attending Trinity College Dublin. I found it about a year ago and it resurfaced just the other day, so I figured I would watch it with all of you and you could see me cringing throughout it because it's pretty bad. But I'll hopefully have something optimistic at the end of it. So without further ado, let's watch it.
Hey there, John. It's Mark from the Grad Studies Department.
I'm gonna turn this down. This is too
Third or fourth
loud.
time I've called you this week. Anyway, I'm gonna need your answer on that Grad Studies offer for next year.
So this was a dorm of one of our friends that was actually on campus. I don't know how much we dirtied it up. I think it kind of just looked like that. Oh yeah, look at the overblown light on the side. Oh, that sound design. You gotta love it. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, we get it. I don't think anyone is like that.
Dan! What? Yeah, sorry to interrupt your brainstorming session, but if you want to lift, hurry the fuck up, yeah? We're gonna be late.
Alright.
Oh gosh, I love crossfades. I love how the color temperature changes between the shots. Yeah, see, this is really warm. Like almost red. And then look, this is maybe a bit more normal. 11:12, okay.
Hey Dan, it's Sarah. I'm starting to think you're avoiding my calls. Anyway, can you please call me back before 5? It's important. Love you. Bye.
Now see, there's my good friend Emmett. Oh, I forgot to mention that.
I love what you've done to Bless.
I got 3 essays due today. Cut me some slack.
Shots don't
Shit.
match.
What?
Selection day today, Ken.
We don't have any light on Emmett. It's just like, oh, now it's like blown out.
One second. So, there we go.
Ah, yes.
Yeah.
College breakfast.
Oh, get that fucking thing off the table. It's a biohazard. This is a clean zone.
It's just on the Big Mac pyramid.
You know, he could have maybe said that when he first put it on.
Fuck you. If anyone's touchy, it's you, you know? You're addicted to playing with yourself. I swear the world could be ending and you'd still find time to jack off.
That's definitely not on the nose.
Fine. You win. Anyway, I've decided I'm not going into college today. No college.
Oh, don't be such a drama queen.
Oh, gosh, I love college scripts.
Some of the candidates are actually pretty good. My friend Jack.
Kev! Let me stop you there. Okay? We both know the student government is a hive of scum and hackery. That student election is the most annoying 24 hours of the year.
Let me stop you
Well,
there.
that's a really
I don't
weird
need
cut.
to hear this, your annual election rant. Well, save your tirade for somebody who actually cares.
You can tell. Okay, the exposure just like changed in the middle of that shot.
Ooh, 24 hours. Come on, I need to get going.
You can tell that we were here for a time because it seems like the lighting changes depending upon which angle we're at. And I don't mean like the lighting for each shot, but I mean like the lighting overall. Because there was actually kind of a short window where the sun was coming in through the windows. So here's Dublin. We definitely didn't get permits to shoot out here. Yeah, that's why I think we only shot like one shot out. Okay. That lasted way longer than it should have. Okay, so for this scene, we shot it. This was on campus at Trinity. And we actually got kicked off of campus for shooting this scene, even though we were shooting it for our Oh, that's Adriano. Even though we were shooting it for our university, we got kicked off of campus, which was very strange. The security guard was just, retarded or something. Oh gosh, here I am. I can't even watch.
When there's a will, there's a way. So vote Will Day for a better tomorrow.
No, please.
What?
I just want myself to just get off the. I can't watch it.
Seems unsubstantial.
This is.
Dude, Trinity Ball. You know it. You love it. I'm Dawn, and I'm gonna host it inside an actual fucking ball. Here, have a stamp.
No!
I can't believe we got like real T-shirts made for this. If I'm gonna be honest, I mean, there's Sean on the left and Louis on the right. Okay, in one of our classrooms. The framing definitely.
Okay. Now I want you to pay very close attention today. This will be on the final exam.
I forget who this guy is.
Very sorry. We've got some prospective students.
The sound is
politicians who
amazing.
probably have something they want to say. Okay.
Hey there, guys. You planning on voting today? Have you heard of All Night?
Oh gosh, love this music. We got a montage scene now. Okay, this camera angle is slightly Dutch, but I don't think that was intentional. I don't think we had any lights, and it kind of shows that we were just literally using actual lights.
Fuck off!
I was not expecting ear rape.
Hey there, son, it's your old man here. Your heart
As I said, it's been like a year since I've seen this, and I kind of just like cringe and scrub through it. I don't really watch it.
So, give us a call back. Thank you.
Vote right, vote night.
Till the crack of dawn.
Till the crack of dawn.
Come on, guys, the day is the way. Jesus Christ.
Gosh, I remember shooting this scene. This is in the arts block, probably the ugliest building in the university. Oh yeah, he just finds these. And this is like, I don't know, this is coming up to the climax, I guess. Yeah, I don't know if we had a production designer on this.
Nice, man. Way to get up and get your voice
We definitely
heard.
didn't have a steady cam.
Cheers.
Now see
Hey,
this.
look at this guy.
Oh,
Someone
there's
made a thoughtful
Monica.
decision about his union.
Monica, I
that's
know
me,
you'll be
alright.
watching this.
Awesome sauce, dude. Glad to see you participated. Tell me.
They had me say awesome
What
sauce
way did you
because I
vote
was
on the
American.
The
It's also
referendum.
something I think
Of course, yes. The
Okay,
referendum. Well, got
I love how we just kind of stop to talk.
Really?
Yeah.
And he's, like, over the shoulder
After a lot of soul
shots.
searching, I decided to
I can see a zit on the back of my neck, and it's
vote
bugging
out.
me.
vote no.
You voted no?
Yeah,
We
I
look
certainly
proportionally different in these
referendum
OTS shots.
was proposing an introduction of therapeutic puppy room to combat exam stress.
Mm,
You
I could definitely use a
voted
therapeutic
no?
puppy room after watching this.
I don't know. I guess I'm more of a.
The thing is that this
Anyway,
makes
I gotta
this is
probably go
like
to
Batman
bed.
and Bane, where it makes me look big and
Hold
him
on.
look small. But then when it goes
the
over to
protest is
him,
that way.
I look small.
Get back here.
Yeah, this is like off kilter.
Hey, guys. Let's get him.
Oh my god. All of us running like idiots. I love this music. With a static camera. Static handheld camera. It does nothing to really up the tension. Here he is taking off the stickers. I'm sure this is actually fairly uncomfortable for Emmett, so I have to applaud him for that. Yeah, again, see, like, no lighting. You can hardly make out what's there.
I got some bad news. Town is being overrun by
aggressive election campaigners.
Uh-oh.
Kev?
Got that Dutch angle. We know something's wrong. It's clean. Yeah, actually. Did we clean it? I can't remember if it was clean and then we dirtied it.
Perfect timing!
And then...
Welcome home, bud.
Oh, yes.
That benefit sounds awesome sauce.
Awesome sauce.
I have to check my diary, though, see if I have anything else penciled in. Kev.
He's become a normie. That's what's happened. We have Emmett here. Who?
Well, after I got my essay...
Emmett is a gamer. He's a truly epic guy. And his roommate has become a normie. As you can see that Emmett, since his addiction is to e-girls, and we established that in the beginning, he's not into those 3D women. And his roommate is about as normie as they come, believing in elections and democracy, those sorts of things, you know, memes.
By a wheezy 17-year-old kid.
What can I say? I just got that get up and go attitude today. I assume you voted. Nice job.
I assume.
I don't vote. You don't vote. We spent the last 4 years taking the piss out of people who do vote. That's not what we do. Unless... Zip your face.
Honestly, if this was made in 2016, it might have been better.
Take it off!
No.
Oh yes, this is what I wanted. A fight scene. Where it's like UFC, how they just kind of hug each other. Uh-oh.
Not you too, Kev.
Afraid so.
Well, he's not voting for the guy I was going for. He's not voting Day. The Day is the way.
It's just a little pinch.
So he's definitely the bad guy.
Wake up with a new spring in your step.
No. I don't want to join your little bright t-shirt, crazy-eyed flock of doom.
Grow up, Dan. It's time you started making some fucking decisions for once. How about instead of getting shit-faced stoned or whacking off every time you have to make a big boy decision, you actually chose something for once?
Fuck you! As if you're any better.
You know what? You're right. You've pissed away every decent opportunity that came your way for the last 4 years. And you've
I
dragged
just
me down.
love this dialogue.
Look at your relationships, for fuck's sake. Ashlyn, 17 days. Quiva, 2.5 weeks. And let's
Quiva.
not forget your epic month-long romance.
Ashlyn, like the most Irish
Queen.
names you can come up with.
Now you won't return the calls of a girl you're clearly crazy about.
This is a
and you're
classic
too big
case
a
of
pussy to tell the
telling and
college
not
your
showing,
dad that you'd rather swan around Oz
which is
with her
very prominent in student
than
films.
accept a master's you don't want or a job you know you'd fucking hate. You need a course correction, and we can give it to you. Or maybe you'd rather run back to your room and jerk off till all your troubles disappear.
Maybe I do!
Epic gamer moment. Get in there, boy! Do what you need to do. Come on, Emmett. I'm rooting for you.
Come on, Dan! You haven't got any moves left, just give it up.
Oh, Dan, that's his character's name.
You gotta be kidding me.
Okay, so that was the short film. Jack O'Kennedy, yes, the producer Sean Nolan, Tom and Sive. Chris O'Donnell did sound. I'm just trying to see how I forget how I factored in. I think I was just acting and I was kind of like helping out on set, like wherever they needed me. I mean, our production was very small, and even though there are people who have like titles, it was a bit more amorphous on set, I have to say. And that's pretty much how all student films goes. And, you know, here's the thing, is that for a student film, this actually isn't all that bad. There's obvious faults. We didn't have any lighting. A lot of the dialogue was too on the nose. The acting wasn't great, especially on my part. Now, I've since taken acting classes, and Emmett, who plays as the main character, has definitely grown as an actor, and I actually think he's a very good actor now. But we were all 18, 19, so nothing that you make at that age is going to necessarily be great. And obviously, too, we were sort of held down by what we had. We could only use what the college gave us, which was a really shitty camera, some awful sound gear, and we had no lights. We honestly had nothing. And I think they had us editing on Final Cut, which I am not a Final Cut guy, but I didn't edit this, so so whatever. But yeah, I mean, you can see how the lighting just wasn't great, how there wasn't really much in terms of production design. But these are problems that you get when you have no experience and you have no money. So you don't have the resources, but you also don't know how to work around these limitations. Because that's definitely something that comes from experience in filmmaking, is that you learn how to work around limitations. You know how to make everything work to your advantage. But when you're 18, you don't really know that. So what I have to say positively about this film is that I think the core concept is fun. It's definitely a fun core concept of, it's this election, and it's kind of like Invasion of the Body Snatchers, of, normies versus the more, you could say red-pilled or maybe black-pilled sort of people who are going against it. And it's got this sort of, its arc of this kind of semi-nihilistic arc of Emmett's character, where he just kind of goes back to doing the exact same thing he was doing at the beginning. And, it's fun. It's funny in that respect. And even though the acting isn't great, Emmett and the other guy definitely put their all into it, and they kind of chewed the scene. Which is, which honestly is good. Like, if you're going to make a student film, here's my advice, is that you don't make something super serious, because the thing is that at that age, when you're a teenager, or even when you're in your early 20s, you don't really have the life experience, you don't really have the maturity, the cinematic maturity to make something that is going to be super great. This is a problem you see with a lot of student films, is that they try to be super deep, but all they're doing is they're sort of retreading very tired topics. They become very cliched, and they're just boring. Like, at least with this, there was no attempt to be deep. There was no attempt to say much of anything. It was just being funny. And sometimes, sometimes the jokes kind of landed. Yeah, it's a bit of a cringe fest in parts. And I have to say, I think I'm the cringiest aspect of this. So it's a bit of a cringe fest, but hey, at least it's watchable. At least I was able to get through almost 15 minutes of it. With a lot of student films, I can't get that far. So, we all have made student films in the past, and I've made films that are worse than this. Now, I think I've since deleted them. I would do a commentary on them, but I think they're in the void now. So, we all are at this stage at some point in our lives. Now, I am having a film play in the festival circuit right now. It's a feature film that I shot on Super 16mm film, which requires you to have a very good knowledge of shooting. I worked with a budget of about $80,000, which isn't much for a feature film. It's almost nothing for a feature film, but I was able to figure out a way to make it work. I had Jeremy London in it, who's a fairly well-known actor. I had BG Cumby in it, the YouTuber, and also my friend. And everyone who's seen it has said that it feels like it's a studio film, that it feels like it was made for at least a couple $1 million. It doesn't feel like a movie that was made for pennies. So, so that's good. I mean, and I see this film as kind of my almost like coming out film in the sense of a debutante, sort of way, where it's me taking that next leap, going into feature filmmaking and really learning how to make something super professional. But the thing is that before I got to this point, I made several films that were on the level of this. I made several movies like this. And you just have to. With each film, no matter how bad it is, no matter how good it is, you always learn. There's always something that you learn. And so the best thing to do is just to keep making stuff. Honestly, that's all I can say, is that you should just keep creating. And I know that that's tired. I know that's cliche. A lot of people say that, oh, just keep creating. But it's true. You're going to learn more on a set like this, as bad as this film may turn out, than you will in a classroom. That's the fact. Well, anyways, if you like this video, please like and subscribe. And also, don't forget to watch my movie Wasted Hours. It is playing at the Liftoff Online Film Festival this week. So please check it out. There is a paywall. I think it's $15. You have to rent the whole thing or whatever. I don't know. I don't get any money from that. I wish I got money from it. But sadly, no. It all goes to the festival. But our movie, Wasted Hours, is there. It's number 19 on the list. Go watch it. Go vote for it. And hopefully we can get an LA premiere of it pretty soon. But other than that, I'll see you in the next video.